Welcome to episode 2 of Wines with Jean. I'm the food and beverage director here at TPC Summerlin, Carl Gaida, and I'm joined by my certified sommelier, assistant food and beverage director, Jean Leroux.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. What you been up to?
Oh, tasting fabulous wines, of course. It's a tough situation, but I think it's a great opportunity also for the people who have cellars to dig in, pick up a nice bottle of wine and taste it. I've been tasting more than ever.
You've been doing your homework, huh?
I do my own work. It's great. That's why I went to school for it.
Wonderful. Well, at the end of last week's episode, we talked about what a sommelier is and some of the things that they have to do. And I said, let's do a blind tasting. I want the folks at home to kind of get an idea of what it is that a sommelier does. So what we're going to do is we're going to blind taste a couple of wines here.
Yes.
And you're going to identify
the grape in the try to identify the grape in the country of origin.
The grape and how many grapes are there?
There's so many. I mean, there's so many, Carl. I mean, just in Italy, there's at least 850 different grapes. It could go up to more than 1,000. And I'd be very honest, and I know the members will like this, but I cannot even name 26 sober. It is so difficult. And this is what we do after all. And if you remember when I said at the end of the first episode, what we do is unique. And wine tasting, it's not a challenge. It's an experience. And when you taste, to get it wrong, it's the best way to learn.
All right.
And today I'm going to try to identify these wines. Of course, I don't know. I have to be dead honest with you. I don't know what you pull. They are the wines from our wine list. So I studied wine lists. When I work at certain places, I focus on my wine list only. But it's a good tool for me when we do wine seminar with our team, even the culinary team in the back in the kitchen.
That's right.
It's important for them to know what is the different flavors. And there's 3 things I always try to remember. We call that the aft. We'll try to detect the aroma, the flavors, and the texture.
Okay,
the
just
texture.
In English, that was aroma, flavors, and textures. The accent sometimes throws me.
Yeah, it's after a few glasses of wine, you'll see my English is getting much better.
And I'll probably be able to understand your French a lot better.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So feed me, please.
All right, let's do it. Again, blind. We don't know what we're doing.
Nope.
We're just going to go ahead and hand this off and kind of talk us through what you're doing and what you're looking at.
As I mentioned, the aroma is first. I mean, the first, and you cannot go back. It's almost like you play golf. If you have a 7-iron in your hand and it's a 150, you don't go back to a 6-iron or push an 8-iron. You try to nail it right away. That way, your instinct is right. It's correct. So, of course, look at the color. By the color, I can tell this one has some intensity. The bouquet also very sharp, very rich, buttery. That's my first instinct on this one.
So you're smelling buttery on it?
Yeah, I did. And if I taste it,
and there's that slurping again that you Soms are famous for.
I will try to tell you what it is I think. Okay? Wine number 2?
Wine number 2. Do this so you can't see what I'm doing here. There you go. So what do you see in that, just by looking at it?
Oh, it's so clear. I can tell this one has not touched any wood or a pure stainless steel fermentation. I detect fruit of grapefruit. And have you noticed, I close my eyes. When you close your eyes, it helps to go to your brain. So you develop that.
So it's almost like muscle memory with your golf swing, right?
Exactly.
You're developing
trust.
a tasting.
Yes.
Okay. All right. 2 down, 1 to go. This is exciting.
It's not easy to do. This is not easy to do. You may think I have fun with this, but sometimes it's, as I mentioned, to get it wrong is the best way to learn.
So what are you seeing and smelling there?
I smell there. I smell so much the mineral of it. It's like a bouquet of flowers, lilac.
So you're smelling mineral and flower.
Mm-hmm.
You're smelling them.
I smell that.
It's amazing. That's amazing. That's muscle memory right there. Of course, you haven't guessed anything yet, so you might be completely wrong.
as you can see also, there's no spit bucket. I never see a chef spit his sauce. I will rinse occasionally, but in this case, to taste 3 quick wines back to back to back, it's the best way for me to try to identify who are they.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
I think you really like number 3, whatever it ends up being. Yeah.
I do.
All right. So what was that first wine that you
The
tasted?
number 1, I will say, because of the heavy, the texture is heavy. It is I detect a Chardonnay from California.
California Chardonnay. We have here the Banshee Chardonnay from Sonoma Coast, California. Nice. 1 down, 2 to go.
The second one, because of the grapefruit, right? It was so instinct. That grapefruit. Final answer: Sauvignon Blanc, New Zealand.
Sauvignon Blanc, New Zealand. I'm holding here the Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. Nicely done.
When we smell these wines, I mean, it's so unique, that Pacific flavor. I mean, it's so beautiful.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, because it was very light. It remember me if I was in Alsace, but I detect a Riesling from California.
A Riesling from California.
A Riesling from California. Final answer.
Yeah, Sea Glass Riesling from Monterey County, Santa Barbara, California. Okay, so 3 for 3.
Well, it's not always.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Now let me ask you something. You said something about an Alsatian Riesling when you first were talking about the Riesling, but then you said no, it's California. How did you know the difference?
It's so. I've been to Alsace many times. It's so unique, and because of the way these mountains are, and they grow their grape differently. It's a completely different, and the color also. And
It's almost water. It almost looks like water.
An Alsatian Riesling, it's yeah. If it's not what we call a late harvest or vendange tardive for our French auditor, it's darker. Late harvest will be definitely darker, but yeah, they are extremely pure. Where it's almost like this, but not like that. But it's
wow. That was exceptional. That was
well,
fun.
no, it's fun.
Thank
Believe me, it's not as easy as you think. When I do this, I'm nervous. Because I want to make sure that I got it because it's part of the education.
Sure.
So and it's fun to do. And for the members to do this at home, you put these wines in a brown bag, and you just play. It's not insulting to don't get it correct. And the do and the don'ts, I do like it, I don't like it. It's totally normal. Like I said, a wine tasting, it is not a challenge. It's a full experience. It's an experience of love.
All right.
Of loving.
Well, I have an interesting offer later on this evening. We're going to be doing a virtual tasting of wine and cheeses with you and Chef Marcus O'Brien. The wine is Brewer Clifton Chardonnay. It's been rated 90 points and above by all the major publications. Excellent bottle of Chardonnay. Chef has paired it with a bunch of different wonderful cheeses. You're able to pick that up today, and we're going to be doing a Zoom virtual tasting at 5 p.m. with these 2 esteemed colleagues of mine. So if they want to kind of taste with you and do the things that you're doing, that's a wonderful opportunity.
I will have the full description of the wine. I mean, it's fun. There's funny terms in wines, but I don't want to lose the guests.
Yeah, make it easy for people.
I want to make it
people
easy.
are so intimidated by
there's some terms like fresh rainwater. What was the last time that you really have a glass of fresh rainwater?
Man, we're in Vegas. We don't get that very often.
Come on.
Exactly. Well, thanks again,
It's
John.
my
very
pleasure,
much.
Carl.
I'm looking forward to next week's
and
episode.
We'll do some red next week.
Next week we'll do some
Put
red.
me to the test. I like that.
Perfect.
My pleasure.
Thanks, everyone.